going on, man? As I said before, when I had those moments where I wanted to come and talk, I'm just going to show up. And I wanted to show up today and talk to you guys about sacrifice. This might be for myself more than anything else. But sacrificing today to get to tomorrow. Man, it's so important for you to know your worth. It's so important to understand the value that you offer to other people, to businesses, to whoever. That's so important. And before I go too far in the sacrifice, man, if you have not taken the time to really think about where you want to be, where you should be, and how to get there, pause this video and take that time. If I need to make a video about it, I will. But take that time to self-reflect. And when you do figure it out, it's going to be extremely important that you figure out what's your next step to get there. And that next step that you need to get there might require you to sacrifice some stuff. Might require you to sacrifice relationships, activities, time, desires. Might require you to sacrifice a lot. But in order to get to where you're supposed to be at, sometimes you got to go places you don't want to go. Take me for an example. I'm at this pinnacle point in my life where there's so much more I have to give, right? But there's also so much more I need to learn. And I'm actively trying to learn, right? I'm sure there's ways I can do it better. But I'm actively trying to learn. And one of the opportunities that was presented to me today require me to do some stuff I really don't want to do. I don't want to do it because of how much time it's going to take. I don't want to do it because of how much energy it's going to take for me to get the result that I want. I don't want to do it because I would much rather be doing something completely different. But I know that I got to do this thing because it's going to create an opportunity for me to do what I want later. And it's all about me sacrificing. And for me, it's going to require me to sacrifice things that I really, really value, right? I value my time. And I also value the amount of mental energy I got to give to things to be able to accomplish something. Going back to what I said about reputation, and I want to be successful in whatever I do. But what I want to do isn't right now, it's what's next, right? It's literally what's next. I just got to do this other thing first. So I got to sacrifice today for tomorrow. I have to sacrifice today for tomorrow. And then I got to commit to that thing. And it's not fun, right? Like, it's not fun when you think about, like, dang. Oh, this is not what I want to do. But you understand the value of its purpose in your life. The avenue, right? In my last video when I was talking about discipline, I was talking about working out. Man, I hate going to the gym. I really don't enjoy it. It's not, I never walk away go, yes, I enjoyed the process I needed to go through to become a healthier version of myself, to become in better shape, right? To develop more endurance. That process that I go through when I go to the gym is my sacrifice to be what I'm able to be now, right? To hang out with my family, to run around with some younger kids, right? Like, to be a part of something that requires me to have a stronger physical build. But I gotta sacrifice to get to it. In this next phase of my life, I really gotta give up not give up. So, no. I really gotta do something I don't want to do to get to where I gotta go. And it's just what it is. I'm scared. I'm nervous. My hope is that I'm making the right choice. But everything that I feel in my bones tell me that it's right. And even when I try to go in a different direction, right? Things in my life show up and say, no, this is where you're supposed to be. I talked in my last video about when it's on your mind, it's time. And that's what it is, man. So I wanted to come and I wanted to talk about sacrifice because it's not easy. It's really difficult for me. Might be easier for y'all. Because there's this thing in me that tells me that I would much rather do something else, but I gotta conquer that thing, right? I gotta conquer that thing because that thing is standing in the way of me being the best version of myself, of me contributing in the most productive way, of me being the image of what I see myself as, right? Because I see myself as more, I gotta do more. I gotta want more. In order for me to be more, though, I gotta sacrifice something. So if you're in a space in your life where you're saying, man, I want to accomplish something, whether it's a job, whether it's a career path, whether it's like knowing how to talk about the value you offer to someone else, man, you gotta sacrifice whatever you gotta sacrifice to become that thing. Whatever it is, right? You gotta give it up because you never want to be that person to look back and say, I wish I did. Because we all have those pivotal moments inside of our life where we say, man, I had an opportunity to do something different and I chose not to. If we're really honest with ourselves, we have these moments inside of our life where we look back and we say, man, this outcome could be completely different. I'd be transparent, man, and say one of mine was, if I listened more, my life would have been nowhere near as difficult as what it actually is. It's getting a little bit easier now. But my journey wouldn't have been as rocky if I actually just listened when people tried to give me advice or give me feedback or coach me or provide some kind of insight in terms of what I can do better. It's hard-headed. Thought I had all the answers. Thought I was different. Today, I try to do my best to listen. I try to do my best to recognize and be mindful of where I'm going or know where I should be, and then create a pathway for me to get there. But this time, it's going to require me to humble myself. It's going to require me to swallow some pride. It's going to require me to ask for help for me to get to this next space. And even though I've made such huge strides, right? There's so much more for me to do. There's so much more I can give. So much more value I can add. But there's also so much more I can grow. So much more I can improve. That's going to require me to be uncomfortable, to give up something. I don't know if any of you guys, I talk about working out because it's important to me. I don't know if you guys game at all, but I'm a casual gamer, right? And when I play a game and I want to become better at it, I got to practice. I got to give up time to become better at this game. Time I could be used doing something else, reading a book, watching a video, self-improve, whatever it is. I got to give up time. That's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. So if you're in a space where you're saying to yourself, you see yourself becoming so much more, give up whatever you need to give up. Time is now. You don't want to waste time, man. You don't want to be that person that looks back and say, I wish I did, or I should have, or whatever the case may be. Take every opportunity that you can to grow, to become uncomfortable. Growth is about a lack of comfortability. Recognizing there's an area where you're weak and then doing what you need to do to become better, stronger, more efficient inside of that space. Do it. Do it. And it's not fun. It's not entertaining. It's grueling when you really think about it. It's possible. I know it's possible because I can look at so many spaces in my life when I've done it, and I'm sure that you can do the same. So I wanted to jump on real quick, talk to you guys about being willing to sacrifice that thing that you need to do, right? Giving up today for tomorrow. Doing what you don't want to do so you can do what you can do or want to do. Going where you don't want to go to be where you need to be. Sacrifice, man. I don't know if I'm going to post this because I feel like I'm talking to myself more than anybody else. But gotta make that change. So, again, man, I appreciate the time. I'll check in with you guys next time. Just wanted to quickly share. I'm out.